The Animal Legal Defense Fund versus Foster Farms lawsuit begins. As I record this, Foster Farms is getting ready to reopen operations after a multi-day shutdown in response to a health order by the county. Greetings, everyone. This is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California. I've been Livingston watching since at least 2007. Now, an animal rights group that has sued the city in 2016, it's back, this time suing Foster Farms for what they say is wasting water. But before we get into the main topics of this video, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the red subscribe button under this video and ring the bell for future notifications. On August 28, 2020, the Merced County Health Department released its health order, which included plant closures and COVID-19 testing requirements. 5 days later, the Animal Legal Defense Fund announced their lawsuit against Foster Farms for unreasonable use and method of water use. As I mentioned earlier, the Animal Legal Defense Fund had sued the city of Livingston to obtain records about water usage at Foster Farms. They obtained those records in 2017, chalked themselves up with a victory, and closed the case. Now it's 3 years later, and they are demanding a judge cut the amount of groundwater used by Foster Farms. I'll have more about that later in a future video, but for now, let's move on with recapping last week's COVID-19 numbers. On Monday, probable active cases had dropped to 991, a drop of 122. 2 additional deaths were reported, both over the age of 65. On Tuesday, September 1st, active cases dropped by another 81. And another death of a person over the age of 65 was reported. Wednesday, September 2nd, probable active cases dropped by another 17, and 2 more deaths of people over the age of 65 were reported. Thursday, September 3rd, probable active cases dropped by another 25, and another death was reported, a person between the ages of 50 and 64. Friday, September 4th, probable active cases dropped by another 19. And the county announced the opening of various cooling centers. From this chart, you can see that active case numbers are falling, but there is still a long way to go yet. This is a table I've been updating since May, so for about the last 16 weeks, and it tracks a couple of things: the amount of new cases per week, the amount of new cases per month, the breakdown by age range percentage, and the percentage of people recovering at home versus hospitalization rates. As of Friday, September 4th, which was before the start of the Labor Day weekend, the largest number of cases was in the 18 to 34-year-old age range. In this table, we can see the active case rate falling. The death rate is just around 1.5%. The hospitalization rate is just over 7%, and currently about 1% of cases are in the hospital. For cases by community, I'm comparing the week ending August 28th to the week ending September 4th. These numbers also show a downward trend. If we look closer at Livingston's numbers, we see a significant drop in the amount and percentage of increase. We will be paying particular attention to what happens to these numbers after the Labor Day weekend and what effect the testing ordered at Foster Farms may have on these numbers. If you're subscribed to the channel already, you might want to check and make sure you're still subscribed so you're notified whenever a new video goes live. And subscribe if you're new. Until next time, this is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California, because not every critter is hiding under a rock.